Good morning. This morning we're going to look at the Beatitude number 6. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. It has been suggested that this is the most central and significant of all the Beatitudes mentioned in the 5th chapter of Matthew. When I study a particular portion of Scripture, I often look in the concordance of my Bible to find the references with that word in it. I looked up the word meek, and there was very few, and merciful had a few more. But when I looked up the word heart, there was 3 long columns. So many verses in the Bible that refer to the heart of the individual. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life." And then in Psalm 51, the cry of David in verse 10, "Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me." I read a wonderful story recently of a young pastor who was in the Middle East for a sabbatical. And in Jerusalem one afternoon, she met a group of joyful nuns, the Sisters of Charity. And this is the order that Mother Teresa established. They care not only for the poor in Calcutta, but across the globe. She started up a conversation with a beautiful young sister who happened to be from Calcutta. She asked her if this young nun, knew of Mother Teresa. Her eyes lit up and she began to talk. "Mother found me as an orphan in the streets of Calcutta. I was being used as a child prostitute. I was 7 years old. She lifted me up in her arms and carried me to the mother house. She took me in and cared for me." "What was she like?" the pastor asked. "She was pure in heart. Her face shone like the face of God." She says, "One day when I was about 8 and she was about 80, I rose early to do my chores. I was supposed to be cleaning the toilets that morning. But when I got to the bathroom, there she was, down on her knees, scrubbing the toilets at 7 o'clock in the morning. I knelt beside her and I said, 'Mother, you shouldn't be doing this. This is my job.' She took my face in her clean hand and said, 'My beautiful child, you have suffered enough. The least that I can do is clean this toilet for you.' And then the young nun said, 'Her face shined like the sun. I felt like I was looking into the face of God. She had such a pure heart.'" And I'm sure there were many times through the years that she served that Mother Teresa did things like this. Things that nobody knew about, only her God, because her heart was so pure. I came across a reading one morning several years ago now in my devotions, and I never forgot it, and I thought about it again when I was studying this Beatitude, and especially when I read this story about Mother Teresa. This is written by a woman named Ruth Calkin. She said, "You know, Lord, how I serve you with great emotional fervor in the limelight. You know how eagerly I speak for you at a woman's gathering. And you know my enthusiasm at a Bible study. But how would I react, I wonder, if you pointed to a basin of water and asked me to wash the calloused feet of a bent and wrinkled old woman, day after day, month after month, in a room where nobody saw and nobody knew? The heart is what you are, in the secrecy of our thoughts and feelings when nobody knows but God. Something to think about. Have a good day, and tomorrow is our last day. We will talk about the peacemakers. The letter to God this morning is from Mary. In Sunday school, she says, "They told us everything that you did. But I wonder who does it when you're on vacation." See you.